Samir, in his early 30s, sits alone in his dark apartment. The furniture is old, and the walls are covered with old stickers. Samir looks sad and depressed, and the symptoms of depression are evident on him. He opens a cabinet full of psychiatric medications and looks at it tiredly, then closes it in frustration. In a cramped and crowded office, Samir faces great pressure at work. His colleagues talk about him sarcastically because of his constant delay and lack of accomplishment of tasks. Samir appears anxious and troubled, and eventually bursts into tears in his office, surrounded by mocking glances. Inside a quiet clinic, Samir sits on the chair opposite the psychiatrist. The walls are covered with medical books and therapeutic instruments. The doctor asks questions about his psychological state, and Samir speaks with difficulty about his problems and fears. Weather in the room is full of tension and anticipation. In a traditional home living room, a heated argument takes place between Samir and his family. His mother cries in pain and anxiety for his condition, and his father screams in anger because of his actions. The atmosphere is charged, and the scenes reflect Samir's internal and external conflict. Samir stands in the bathroom, but his hand trembles. The scene reflects his intense internal struggle, and he quickly stops when he hears the sound of his phone, reminding him of promises she made with a close friend. This voice evokes mixed feelings of despair and hope. Samir sits with his old friend Yusuf in a cozy cafe. Yusuf tries to offer support and advice, and Samir appears at first reserved, but slowly begins to open up. The atmosphere in the cafe reflects hope and support in light of the difficult situation. Samir enters a psychotherapy center where group and individual therapy sessions are offered. The room is full of other patients talking about their challenges. Samir sits in the corner, but seems more open and receptive to the idea, listening with focus to others. The house is dark and chaotic, and Samir seems to be in a state of panic and distraction. He begins to watch videos on the internet about obsessions and negative thoughts that affect him. The screens display blurred images, adding to the state of confusion and anxiety he feels. Samir walks in a beautiful garden, surrounded by greenery and bright colors. He looks calmer and smiles slowly. This scene reflects the beginning of his psychological improvement as he meets new people and enjoys simple activities. Samir returns to work after a period of absence. The atmosphere in the office is less tense, and his colleagues welcome him kindly. Samir seems more confident and begins to accomplish his tasks efficiently. This scene reflects his steps towards stability and reintegration. Samir is on a dinner date with a woman he recently met. They sit at a table filled with soft lights and romantic music. Their conversation goes smoothly, and Samir appears entertained and has a new hope in life. One day, Samir faces new challenges related to financial pressures and health problems. He appears to be stressed and appears in the scene trying to deal with problems with balance, but eventually asks for help from his friends and family. His friends and neighbors gather at his house to offer support and assistance. The room is full of guests expressing their support and encouragement. Samir appears in gratitude and begins to build a strong support network around him. Samir is invited to speak at a conference on mental health and personal challenges. He wears an elegant suit and stands on the podium, expressing his personal experience. The scene reflects his success in overcoming challenges and his desire to help others, Samir moves into a new, brighter and more comfortable apartment. He begins to arrange furniture and decorate the walls with pictures that remind him of his achievements and developments. He watches the exterior view from the apartment window, looking optimistic and cheerful, reflecting the beginning of a new chapter in his life.